Everyone, as we have the third game of the day on this field for Dixie Youth Machine Pitch Baseball here in Sebring, Florida. We're going to have Bartow versus West Volusia. These teams have already played one game today. In the first game, West Volusia fell to Sebring by a score of 14-0. And in our second game, Bartow defeated Spring Hill America by a score of 8-6. So we'll see if Bartow can keep their winning streak alive, and we'll see if West Volusia can maybe turn around some of that play we saw in the first game. Bartow is the away team. West Volusia, the home team. We'll quickly go through the lineups here. For Bartow, leading off is going to be number 21, Lane Holly, then number 42, Marcus Johnson, number 3, Hunter Parker, number 4, Lane Slaughter, number 2, Clayton Friedrichs, number 23, Elijah Jenkins, number 5, Braden Williams, number 10, Porter Yates, number 4, Bryce Wimberly, number 1, A.J. Phillips, number 88, Grayson Kilpatrick, and number 00, Ryder Music. For West Volusia, leading off is going to be number 15, Nazi Ramirez Hansen, then number 10, Waylon Shooter Hess II, number 6, Noah Lachiato, number 5, Joseph Kitchens, number 88, Connor Hollum, number 9, Joey Santana, number 8, Grady Crockett, number 3, Cam Eason, number 24, Kyle Kwasinski, number 4, Ethan Groves, number 44, J.D. Hopkins Cologne, and number 99, Nathan Capria. Bartow will be the first team up to bat. Number 31, 21, Lane Holly is going to be leading off. In our first game, where we saw Bartow win over Spring Hill America, Lane Holly also led off. He had a 2-for-3 outing, 2 singles, and a strikeout. He's going to be manning the middle of the field at the pitcher's mound when they're out on defense as he watched that first pitch go by. We hope you're enjoying listening to all and watching all the baseball here today. As a pop fly there, Lane Holly falls to the grass after a diving attempt by West Volusia's number 15, Nazi Ramirez Hansen. He's unable to bring it down, and we're going to have a leadoff single for Bartow. Saying, hope you enjoy the coverage today. I'm Anthony Crum. And this is our third of 4 games today. As a big cut there by Marcus Johnson, hits that one into left field, and he's going to be safe with a single. 2 quick singles now for Bartow as they're off to the quick start. Bartow did not get off to a quick start in that first game. They fell behind Spring Hill 4-0, and then battled back in the 4th and the 5th inning, scoring 6 of their 8 runs in those last 2 innings to come out on that one on top, 8-6. Hunter Parker now up to bat. Double steal for Bartow. Moves the runners from first and second over. Holly standing on third. Johnson standing on second for number 3, Hunter Parker. Hot shot up the middle by Hunter Parker. That one's going to center field. Gets by everyone. Goes all the way to the fence. Probably going to score 2. And Parker's going to be up with a stand-up triple. Not stand up. He's got to slide in, but he makes it in with the triple, and Bartow takes the early 2-0 lead on the 2 RBI triple by Parker. I want to let you know if you're enjoying today's game, you can send in a text here to me at 410-903-2715. That's 410-903-2715. And I'll go ahead and read the shout-out to whoever you're watching out there playing and want to give a little lift to. As a big shot there by Lane Slaughter hits it over everyone. That one goes to the wall. Stand-up double for Lane Slaughter. Parker scores from third, and Bartow's already on top, 3-0. Errant throw into home lets Slaughter move up to third. 1 RBI double for Slaughter.
Up to bat, number 2,
If you text me in a shout-out, make sure you let me know who you're rooting for, who you are, and where you're listening. Especially if you're out of the state watching from somewhere not in Florida, let me know. Try to collect as many states as possible over the course of these games. We've gotten Tennessee, Pennsylvania, New Jersey today. That's number 2, Clayton Friedrichs, who hits it into left field for the RBI single. Great piece of hitting so far by Bartow, as they've already scored 4 runs and no outs so far in the top of this first inning for Elijah Jenkins. Number 23. 2 singles to start the game, a triple by Parker, a double by Slaughter, and now a single by Friedrichs, and Bartow already has the 4-0 lead. Elijah Jenkins lays down the bunt. Going to be a close play at first, but second base umpire calls him out on a bang-bang play. Elijah Jenkins is going to be the first out of the inning on the ground out, but it moves Friedrichs to second. 1 out, bottom first. Bartow has the 4-0 lead over West Volusia. Up next for Bartow is going to be number 5, Braden Williams. Big swing there by Braden Williams. Hits it down the third baseman. To the third baseman, who has to look the runner back to second. And Braden Williams is going to reach with the single. Third baseman for West Volusia didn't want the runner to advance there, so he looked him back. But after he did that, he didn't have time to get Williams, who was running from second. So now first and second, 1 out. Bartow holds the 4-0 lead for Porter Yates. Yates fouls one back. Standing on second is Fredericks, and first is Braden Williams. Bartow started off this game with 5 straight hits, and it looks like we're going to have another one from Porter Yates as he hit that one through the legs of the third baseman. Going to be a close play at home, but safe at home is Clayton Fredericks, and that's an RBI single for Porter Yates, who advances to second on the throw. 5-0. Bartow already has jumped on West Volusia early in this game, and they're still threatening with a runner on second and third. You can only score 7 runs in an inning. So if Yates, who's standing on second, comes around to score, this top of the first will be over. Number 4, Bryce Wimberly, might have a chance to do that right here with a shot to the outfield, with Williams standing on third and Yates standing on second. We have an hour-and-a-half time limit on this game, or 10-run rule after 4. Bryce Wimberly fouls that one off to the right side. He's going to head back to the batter's box. 1 out here, top first. Bartow putting the pressure on West Volusia early, who got shut out in that first game against Sebring. 14-0. They're going to have to respond here if they want to do some damage in this game, as a good single there by Wimberly gets one to the outfield, and that does plate the 2 runs. 2 RBI single for Bryce Wimberly is going to end the top of this first, as Bartow plates as many runs as they can. 7. And we head to the bottom of the first with Bartow leading West Volusia. It should be 7. slight confusion on how many runs were scored, but we do have 7, so we're going to switch out teams here, as West Volusia is going to get the chance to hit after Bartow plated 7 in that top of the first. Leading off for West Volusia is going to be number 15, Nazi Ramirez-Henson. Don't forget to like JockJive on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers this summer, and we need your help to get there. When you like us on Facebook, we keep you updated on scores, schedules, game statuses, and much more. So go to JockJive.com and follow the shortcut to all the social media, or simply put, JockJive Sports in the search engine of Facebook, or find us at JockJive on Twitter. And if you're watching someone out there on the field, I'll remind you that you can send in a shout-out to 410-903-2715. Just text it to me, and I'll go ahead and read it out over the air so these kids know that you're watching them from wherever you are. Just tell me who you are, who you're watching, and where you're watching from, and I'll make sure to get that message out. If you need a sports fix 24/7, whether live or archived, you can get it on JockJive.com. We have multiple channels and multiple sporting events and shows from practically every level of competition. There's ACCC, GCAA, Georgia Military Channel, DYB, Dixie Baseball, Georgia Highland Softball channels, and so much more. JockJive.com for those insatiable sport appetites. Hanson Ramirez leading off for West Volusia. Hanson Ramirez went 0 for 2 in that first game that we saw them lose to Sebring 14-0. Grounded out in the first inning and then grounded into a fielder's choice in the third. So we'll see if he can get his first hit of the day right here leading off for West Volusia. They're already in a hole. West Volusia is down 7-0 after Bartow was able to plate 7 runs in that top of the first. So we'll see if they can make a comeback here. Ramirez squares around a bunt but falls it back. And that's the first pitch. You get 5 pitches here in machine pitch. You have to make contact on the 5th pitch to stay alive, or else it's a strikeout, and he watches that second pitch go by, Nazi Ramirez-Henson does. If you make contact on the 5th pitch, you will stay alive in the at-bat. Swings through the third one, foul tip. Coach is making sure he keeps his eye on the ball down there. Good tips there by the third base coach. 4th pitch swung right over top. Guess that was a pitch off. Guess that's 5. Nazi Ramirez-Henson goes down swinging for the strikeout, and that's the first out of the inning. Waylon Shooter has the second now up to bat. His first time at bat in this game. In the first game, he hit a single but got out at second, and then in his second at bat he struck out, so he's 1 for 2 on the day. He got caught stealing in that first game. He fouled that one off behind home plate and off the tent. 1 down here, bottom of the second. Bartow leading West Volusia by a score of 7-0. Bartow won the first game that they played against Spring Hill by a score of 8-4. West Volusia was on the losing end of the battle. They lost to Sebring in their first game, 14-0. Third pitch coming into Waylon Shooter has the second. Ball to the hopper over the plate, and that's a strike. Here comes pitch number 4. He's got 2 more to put it in play. He makes contact with that one, rolls it to the shortstop. Going to be a close play at first. Good strike there by Bartow's shortstop, number 3, Hunter Parker. throwing. Waylon Shooter Hess out at first, and that's 2 down. Noah Lacciato, number 6, now up to the plate. He puts a good swing on one, hits it into left field, and that one's just foul. Tough play there by Lacciato as he almost probably could have legged that one out for a double as he was well past first before that ball even hit the ground. He went 0 for 2 in that first game. Also trying to get his first hit of the day here. There's a good swing, hit right to the shortstop, but a diving stop out there by Hunter Parker. One of the best defensive plays we've seen today. Diving to his left to make a amazing catch, and that pumps the whole team up, and he's getting high fives from all the coaches, pats on the back from all of his players as he heads into the dugout. That's going to be a line out for Lacciato on a hard hit ball that was snagged by Hunter Parker at third. That's going to put Bartow back up to bat as they're leading West Volusia by a score of 7-0. We'll see if they can keep the bats going here in the top of the second with number 1, A.J. Phillips, coming up to bat. Do you want your very own DVD of any game broadcast during this year's Florida-Dixie Youth Baseball AA Machine Pitch State Tournament? Simply email info@jockjive.com and we'll get the process started. DVDs are $10 per game plus shipping and handling. That's info@jockjive.com. It may come as a surprise to you how affordable it is to have JockJive Sports provide coverage for your sporting event or sports team with quality streaming, offering a national and international platform to show off your school or sport. We produce everything from youth sports to the NCAA Division I, literally from every part of this country. Large productions are small, tiny venues are huge. We can have it done, and we do them all. To put JockJive Sports to work for you, email info@jockjive.com. It's definitely a warm day here in Sebring. We got out here at around 8 a.m. this morning. It was already mid-80s. And since then, it's only gotten hotter, risen into the 90s, and the humidity has come to stay. Luckily, we're in a booth. We're not out in the sun. Even though it's still kind of hot, the weather indicates it's 92 outside right now with 50% humidity. We've been lucky, though. Knock on wood, we don't see any rain, because that would definitely put a hamper on our baseball activities as A.J. Phillips is up to bat and watches that first pitch. So if you're out there listening, say a little prayer for us so we can skip all the afternoon showers and get all these games played on time. As Phillips swings through that pitch, and he takes a step off. Phillips went 1 for 2 in game 1 that Bartow played. He hit a big 2 RBI double in the 4th inning that actually gave Bartow the lead in that game. Part of their big 4-run 4th. They were down by 1 run in that 4th inning, and his hit with 2 outs plated 2 runs. Probably the biggest hit of the ball game for Bartow. Phillips is going to have one more pitch to try to make contact. Here comes the pitch, and he makes contact, and it's going to go foul. We'll see if it's caught in left field. And it hits the dirt, so he's going to have another chance. Swing looked a little better there. He's starting to time up the machine, so maybe we can see if he puts one in play here. He's the leadoff batter in the top of the second. Bartow plate hit 7 in the top of the first, and they're looking to do some more damage here in the second inning. Ball into the hopper, swung right through, and that's a first batter strikeout. A.J. Phillips goes down swinging, first out of the inning. Number 88, Grayson Kilpatrick now at the plate. Kilpatrick 0 for 2 in the first game. 2 groundouts in the third inning and the fourth inning. When I watched this Bartow game earlier, I was really impressed by the defense of number 42, Marcus Johnson. He made some great plays out there at third base, but so far the defensive star of this game has been Hunter Parker at shortstop. He made 2 great plays at shortstop in that last inning, and when he came to bat in the first inning, he had a 2 RBI triple. So Bartow's getting it from every player so far today. Grayson Kilpatrick trying to get in the hit column, though, 0 for 2 this morning. First at bat in game 2 today. He makes contact right back to the pitcher. Throw over to the first baseman, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. West Volusia trying to put a 1-2-3 inning together and get back to the dugout only down 7. We'll see if they can do that. As number 00, Ryder Music, is going to be at the plate with 2 outs. He's the bottom of the lineup. So a hit here could really set the table for the top of this Bartow lineup, because when they came out in that first inning, they came out swinging with 5 straight hits that plated 4 runs. Lane Holly got a single. Marcus Johnson hit a single. Hunter Parker hit a triple. Lane Slaughter hit a double. And then Clayton Fredericks hit a single, as Bartow came out of the gate swinging today. Foul ball by Ryder Music lands innocently to the dirt. Out next to first base. So he's going to have another chance as home plate umpire hands him his bat and he gets set. Coach telling him to keep his head down and swing through that ball, so it doesn't go to the right or the left. It goes straight into the outfield. Trying to get his first hit. Actually, Ryder Music went 1 for 2 in that first game. He grounded out in the third, but got a single in the fifth, and he hits it to the third baseman. This is going to be a close play, but he's out. Great throw by the third baseman of West Volusia, and after scoring 7 in the first, Bartow goes down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the second. Your score is still Bartow 7, West Volusia 0. So it looks like we have an injured player for West Volusia. Number 6, Noah Laciato, looks to have hurt his arm at the catcher position, so we hope he's okay. We send him our well wishes as the coaches take him off the field. I want to remind you, after today's game is over, you can watch the action again and again on JockJive.com. Go to the same spot where you watch the live coverage and watch the archives. If you want a DVD of any game of the Florida Dixie Youth Baseball AA Machine Pitch State Tournament, email info at JockJive.com and we'll get that process started. Bottom of the second here, West Volusia trying to scrape a run across, something they haven't been able to do all day. They got shut out in their first game, and so far they're getting shut out here. They went down 1-2-3 in that first inning. Number 5, Joseph Kitchens, is going to be the first batter now for West Volusia. We're still in a timeout, it looks like. I think we're still having the injury timeout as some of the coaches on the bench are looking at Noah Laciato. He hurt his arm, so they're probably going to have to take him out of the lineup, so that's probably what the coaches are talking about. He batted in the last inning, so It's going to be a little bit of time unless West Volusia goes all the way through the lineup in this inning before he has to bat again. So we'll see if he comes out on defense or we come up the next time. We'll see if he comes out to hit. But his arm looked hurt there, and I saw the coaches talking to the umpires, pointing at their arm, probably talking about him a little bit. They might have had to pull him from this game, but we'll get more details on that whenever I get word. But right now, we're back to baseball with number 5, Joseph Kitchens, up to bat for West Volusia. Kitchens, 2 for 2 this morning against Sebring. 2 singles. And he hits a hot shot right back up the middle. Makes the coach jump to get out of the way. Great contact, and he's going to be on first with a leadoff single. See if West Volusia can get something going here with that leadoff single from Joseph Kitchens. Brings up number 88, Connor Hallam. Hallam 1 for 2 this morning. A single in the second and a strikeout in the fourth. Bartow leading 7-0 after they plated 7 runs in that first inning, but unable to get any in the top of the second. Pitch into the hopper, bunt laid down by Hallam. Going to be a close play at first, but looks like they got him. Ground out for Hallam. Kitchens moves to second, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Joey Santana, number 9 now at bat for West Volusia. He only had 1 at bat in that first game, and he struck out when he did come to bat. See if he can get his first hit of the game here, as he takes a big hack at that one, and it bounces off his bat and hits the catcher for Bartow, number 11, Lane Slaughter. Big swing on that one by Santana. He hits a pop fly to the shortstop, and it's going to be caught out there by Hunter Parker. Another good defensive play by Parker, as that's a fly out for Santana, and that keeps Kitchens on second. So Grady Crockett is going to have to come through with a hit, or the threat from Volusia is not going to come to pass. Grady Crockett in his first on his at-bats earlier today in the first game went 1 for 1 with a single. See if he can get that hit streak going. Second at-bat of the day comes in the second game here against Bartow. Ball into the hopper. Second pitch. Hit into center field. That one's going to drop. West Volusia sending the runner home. It's going to be a play at the plate. Slide in, and he is safe at the plate. Hallam. Kitchens scores from second. Crockett picks up the RBI single. And West Volusia is on the board here in the second inning. Seven to 1. The score now, after West Volusia picks up their first run of the afternoon, actually. We're going to have a quick huddle with the defense from Bartow, as manager Rodney Wimberly doesn't like how that last defensive play went in his infield. Thought he could have cut the runner down at home, and then didn't like that Grady Crockett was able to scamper to second after the indecision from the infield. But they're going to have to let that one go, because now another runner stands at scoring position for West Volusia, still with 2 outs, and trying to get him in is going to be number 3, Cam Eason. Eason 0 for 1 this morning with a ground out. Watches that first pitch go by. No advance from the runner at second. Second pitch coming into the hopper. He squares the bunt. He doesn't. And the West Volusia runner's taking off for third, trying to catch him sleeping, but he gets back to second on a close play. Crockett trying to be aggressive on the base pass, almost got him caught. And he left the base. He got up. He was safe at second, Crockett was. But when he got up, he stepped off the base, and the runner for Bartow held the tag on him, and when he stepped off the bag, he called him out. No time was given by the umpire, and that's a hard way to end an inning, as that is going to be the third out at second base. Bartow is going to take the 7-1 lead into the top of the third. Cam Eason's going to be able to bat when we come back in the bottom of the inning, but Bartow has a chance now with the top of the lineup coming up. It's going to be number 21, Lane Holly. After a big first inning for Bartow where they scored 7, unable to get any in the second, we'll see if the top of the lineup holds the magic again. Coming up in July on JockJive.com, Florida and Alabama Dixie Youth Baseball, Dixie Youth World Series events, and Dixie Baseball State Tournaments and World Series, and so much more. Plus this fall, SWAC football, soccer, volleyball, Tuskegee football, Georgia military college football, Great American rivalries, high school football, ACCC game of the week, and more. A litany of reasons you need to come back to JockJive.com often. Just a rough way to end that inning for West Volusia. They struggled in that first game against Spring Hill, or Sebring actually, and they finally played a run in this game. They got shut out in that first one. They played a run in the second, but with a runner in scoring position, the runner just gets tagged out on the base after he had just a mental lapse and took his foot off the bag with the tag still applied to him. And now Bartow has a chance to add to their 7-1 lead here as they come back up to bat. With the top of the lineup coming up with Lane Holly, who started off that big first inning for Bartow, the first of 5 straight hits. One for one so far today for Holly. Ball into the hopper for Holly. He looks at that one. Doesn't swing at it. Coach trying to get him to drive the ball into the outfield. Takes a practice swing, Holly does, and he's back into the box, ready for his second pitch. Ball into the hopper. He hits it, pop up in the infield. Pitcher for West Volusia range is over, and that's going to be a quick first out for Bartow. Fly out for Holly. Interesting how different Bartow has been in this game. In the first game today, they were silent for the first 3 innings, only scoring 2 runs and then exploded in the 4th and the 5th. Today, an explosion in the first. But after that, so far, they didn't score any in the second, and now another quick out here in the third. Hot shot by Marcus Johnson. That one goes down the third base line. Johnson's going to be on first, headed for second. He's got some speed, and he's going to be in there safely at second. Marcus Johnson 2 for 2 on the day with the double. Now Bartow has the runner in scoring position runner in scoring position for Hunter Parker, who hit the big 2 RBI triple in his first at bat. He's really swinging the bat well. He was trying to hack on that one. Coach is telling him about it. He was 2 for 3 in the first game. Today 1 for 1. In this game 1 for 1 with the triple. Coach is telling him to keep his head down, eye on the ball. He's got the power to drive it. got to have good form to do so. He does that time, hits it right to the shortstop. Long throw to first, and they're going to get Parker on the ground out. Marcus Johnson's going to move to third on that ground out. 2 outs. Top third for Bartow as West Volusia trying to put another 0 on the board. And Bartow trying to add to their lead as they're leading West Volusia by 6. Lane Slaughter is going to have the chance to bring in Johnson from third. Hot shot to third base, right through the third baseman's legs. That's going to score. Johnson from third, Slaughter going to be on first with the RBI single. Bartow leads 8-1. It's a big hit there by Slaughter. He's got an RBI in each of his at-bats so far today. Hot shot down the third base line by Clayton Fredericks. But a good play out there by the third baseman of West Volusia. Fires it over to first. Fredericks goes down with the ground out. That's going to end this inning. Bartow answers the 1 run put up by West Volusia in that last inning. And so they hold on to that 7-run lead headed into the bottom of the third. Bartow leading West Volusia by a score of 8-1. Don't forget, if you want to send a shout out to anyone out there on the field, you can text it into 410-903-2715. I'll let the player out there know you're watching them. Just tell me who you are, where you're watching from, and I'll be sure to read it out over the air. And if you need a sports fix 24/7, whether live or archived, you can get it on JockJive.com. We have multiple channels with multiple sporting events and shows from practically every level of competition. There's the ACCC, GCAA, Georgia Military Channel, DYB, Dixie Baseball, Georgia Highland Softball channels, and so much more. JockJive.com for all those insatiable sports appetites. West Volusia coming back to bat now. See the bottom of the order coming up. Cam Eason was up to bat in that last inning, but then when Crockett got out at second base, his at-bat was nullified, so he is going to have another chance here. In that first game this morning, he went 0 for 1, so looking for his first hit on the day. We'll see if he gets it. It's got a pretty snazzy helmet on. It's got Cam written on the side of it in blue letters that matches his jersey pretty well. Big fan. Got the number on the back as he watches the first pitch come in. 5 pitches, must make contact on the 5th pitch. If you don't make contact, then you're out. Fouled off, but it's in front of the first, in front of home plate. Good throw there by Lane Slaughter down the first base line to get Cam Eason on the ground out. He was just on top of that one, and that ball just died in front of the plate. 1 out. 1 quick out here in the bottom of the third for West Volusia. That brings up Kyle Kwasinski. Actually, they called, that wasn't an out for Easton. They called it foul. It said they hit him on the foot, so they brought him back to home. My apologies. So no outs yet in this first inning. Cam is still at the plate. He's seen 4 pitches. Kyle Kwasinski still on deck for West Volusia. There's a big swing by Cam Eason. But that one goes foul down the right field line. Third base coach really liking the contact that Eason made on that one, but just needs him to straighten up the bat a little bit more and hit it out to the outfield in between those lines. There it is. Hits it down the third base line to number 42 for Bartow. Marcus Johnson, and the sure-handed defender actually accidentally threw this one away, and that's going to be a single and then a move ahead on the air for Cam Eason as he gets the threat. As he starts off the threat for West Volusia. Number 24, Kyle Kwasinski now at the plate for West Volusia. No outs, runner on second for West Volusia as they're looking to make the comeback in this game. They are down 8-1 to Bartow. They're looking to get something going. Grounder right up the middle. Kwasinski hits it right back to the pitcher for Bartow, number 21, Lane Holly. He throws it over to first to get the first out of the inning, but Eason able to move over to third on that single. One out, runner on third for West Volusia. Number 4, Ethan Grove now at the plate. Evan Grove, the first batter. His first time up this afternoon, or in the morning game rather. He went 0 for 1 with a line out, number 4, Evan Grove. He's got a runner on third, so he has a chance to bring him in with any type of hit, really, as Bartow will probably just try to take the sure out, but he would like to actually get on base with a single, get his first hit of the day. Ball into the hopper for Evan. He swung right through that one. Cam Eason, the runner on third for West Volusia. One out here, bottom third. Bartow leads 8-1. Here comes the fourth pitch into Evan Grove. He makes contact with this one, right back to the pitcher for Bartow, and they're trying to get the out at home, but that ball gets away, and Cam Eason is able to get home on the errant throw to the catcher. It looked like Bartow was actually going to get the ball there in time to tag Cam Eason out, but Slaughter just unable to handle the exchange from the pitcher, Holly, and that ball got behind him, allowing Cam Eason to score. And Evan Grove is going to be on. He gets credited for the single and then moves to second on the throw, putting West Volusia in business now, 8-2. They are now trailing. But now 2 runners on as a little pop fly by number 44, J.D. Hopkins Cologne, lands in between the third baseman and the left fielder. First and second for West Volusia. One out for number 99, Nathan Capria, as he's looking to put a drive in this one and plate some runs for West Volusia as they're trying to make a comeback. Early swing there by Capria sends it down the left field line. He went 0 for 1 this morning with the strikeout. They came into this inning down by 7, so the best they can do is tie, but the last 2 innings for Bartow have not gone well. They scored 7 in the first, then none in the second, and 1 in the third. So a big inning here for West Volusia could put them right back in this game as they were in the bottom of the third. 6 runs down is West Volusia, trailing 8-2. But there's 2 runners on. The runner at second is Evan Grove. The runner at first is J.D. Hopkins Cologne. Batter at the plate is number 99, Nathan Capria. Hit to the shortstop for Bartow. Number 3, Hunter Parker, grabs it, hits it, throws it to his second baseman, and that's going to be an out. Bartow is able to get an out on that play on the fielder's choice by Capria. But Volusia still has runners in position to score if West Volusia is able to get a hit, as Capria takes second easily, no throw because of the runner on third. As we've reset the lineup for West Volusia with Nazi Ramirez Hansen. He's 0 for 1 on the day, but has a chance to do some damage here with 2 runners in scoring position. Fouled back. And that's the second pitch Ramirez Hansen has seen in this at-bat. The runner at third is Ethan Grove. The runner at second is J.D. Hopkins Cologne, as West Volusia needs a big hit here from Nazi Ramirez Hansen to try to close this lead that Bartow has grown since the first inning when they played at 7. Big hit by Nazi Ramirez Hansen. They need a play in the center field. Bartow does, and they get it from their center fielder, who comes in, slides on his knees, and brings in the pop out to end the threat for West Volusia. They score 1 run, though, in the bottom of the third, and we are headed to the top of the fourth with Bartow leading West Volusia by a score of 8-2. Through 3 here, Bartow came out hot in the first inning. They played at 7, and then they scored none in the second and 1 in the third. West Volusia scored none in the first, came back with 1 in the second and 1 in the third. Leading off this inning for Bartow is going to be number 23, Elijah Jenkins. Want your very own DVD of any game broadcast during this year's Florida Dixie Youth Baseball AA Machine Pitch State Tournament? Simply email info@jockjive.com and we'll get the process started. DVDs are $10 per game plus shipping and handling. That's info@jockjive.com. After today's game is over, you can watch the action again and again on jockjive.com. Go to the same spot you watch the live coverage and watch the archives. Or, if you want a DVD of any game of the Florida Dixie Youth Baseball AA Machine Pitch State Tournament, email info@jockjive.com and we'll get that process started. I actually think it's starting to cool off a little bit here in our press boxes. They brought in some food for lunch, so we had a bunch of people come up here and it got really hot, but now that we've cleared out a little bit, it seems to be cooling off in here a little. I've just got news that the repairman came and fixed the AC, so we're going to give a major shout out to him. As Bartow now coming up to the plate with number 23, Elijah Jenkins. We may be in the cool weather, but the boys out there on the field certainly are not. It's about 93 degrees out there with a high sense of humidity. So some sticky weather to play baseball. If you like baseball, then you'll play through anything. as a grounder is hit right back up the middle from Elijah Jenkins. So that's going to be the first out of the inning for Elijah in this fourth. Top of the fourth, one out now for Bartow. Single right back up the middle from Braden Williams, and that's another quick ground out for Bartow. Two batters, two outs for Bartow now, as West Volusia's done a good job since that first inning, limiting the damage. Now Porter Yates is going to have to do something with two outs here in the top of the fourth. He's 1 for 1 today with a single that brought in a run in that first inning. Hit out to the third baseman, Porter Yates. Grounds one, and that's 3 straight ground outs for Bartow as they go down 1, 2, 3, and West Volusia still has life headed into the bottom of the fourth, trailing Bartow by a score of 8-2. That's going to bring up number 10, Waylon Shooter-Hess, the second for West Volusia when we come back out here in the bottom of the fourth. So we're going to have one more game today after this one. That's going to be a game between Sebring and Spring Hill America. That game is supposed to start around 4 o'clock here on this field, and I'll be here calling that game. Bartow has the 8-2 lead, but West Volusia has a chance to come back here and plate some runs after no runs were scored by Bartow in that top of the inning. If I disappeared from your screen for a little bit, I do apologize, as my little router here that gives me internet decided that it was an opportune time to update. Nothing could have really done, but it looks like I'm back up and going now. It's 8-2, Bartow over West Volusia. Bartow came up in that top of the fourth and 3 straight ground outs by Elijah Jenkins, Braden Williams, and Porter Yates. Set Bartow down 1, 2, 3. So West Volusia's been trying to chip away at this lead. They've just been unable to get the big inning as of yet. They scored 1 in the second and 1 in the third. This is much like Bartow's first game. They didn't fall behind by quite this much. They fell behind 4-0 in that first inning against Spring Hill America. Spring Hill just couldn't put them away after they had that big first. No runs were scored, and Bartow came back in the fourth and the fifth and answered it big time. We'll see if West Volusia can give Bartow a taste of their own medicine here. Now that we're in the fourth inning, as number 10 for West Volusia, Waylon Shooter-Hess the second, is up to bat. He grounded out in his first plate appearance. Hits this one to over to the first base side in foul territory. Clayton Fredericks makes a diving attempt for that one, but he can't come down with it. Foul ball, and Waylon Shooter Hess the second's going to go back into the batter's box. Answers need to come for West Volusia, and they need to start coming quick as we're getting to the end of this game. We'll see if they can put an inning together and make this game interesting, down 8-2. 7-run limit, so they have a chance to take the lead in this inning. The only inning that we don't have a run limit is the 6th. Good contact there made by Shooter Hess, and he hits it, though, right to the shortstop. For Bartow, that's Hunter Parker, but the throw from Parker to first is offline. And the runner for West Volusia, Shooter Hess, is going to be standing at second in scoring position after the single, and he moves ahead on the air. Noah Laciato, saw him get hurt earlier behind the plate, hurt his arm a little bit, but now he looks to be okay. As Shooter Hess tries to take third on the steal, errant throw from the catcher, goes into left field, and Shooter Hess the second scores from second on an error from the catcher of Bartow, and there's another run to inch them a little bit closer. The score 8-3 now. Bartow over West Volusia with Noah Laciato still at the plate. Laciato 0 for 1 today. He lined out in his first plate appearance, but I want to remind you that line out was no typical line out. It looked to be a sure single, but an amazing play made at third base by Hunter Parker on the diving attempt. Snagged it out of midair and took away a run. So Laciato really been teeing off the ball, but just nothing has fallen for him yet. We'll see if he can get a little bit of help from the baseball gods, and they'll guide the ball into the grass this time. He's been putting good swings on it, just hitting it foul every time. He's getting close to that 5th pitch, so he's going to have to put something in play here. There it is, hits it down the left field line. That one's going to be fair, and he's going to be on first with the single. Laciato finally finds some green grass out there, and after an errant throw from the outfield to the infield, Laciato able to go from first to third on the air, and West Volusia is in business. Runner on third, no outs, bottom 4. This could be the big inning, or the beginning of the big inning that West Volusia has been looking for, much like Bartow did in that first game where they played at 4 in the 4th inning to take the lead. West Volusia trying to do much of the same here. 7 is what they need to take the lead. This inning started with the score 8-2. They would need all 7 to take the 9-8 lead. Big swing there by number 5 for West Volusia. Joseph Kitchens, he hits it into right field. That one's down in right field, and he's going to be in after the errant throw in to second. That's another run for West Volusia, 8-4. And Kitchens is on second with a double. 3 straight hits now for West Volusia. No outs in this bottom of the 4th, and they're starting their comeback on this one. Number 88, Connor Hallam, now at the plate, trying to keep the hit streak going with Kitchens standing on second. The runner in scoring position. Two have already scored so far in this inning for West Volusia. Pop fly to the second baseman for Bartow. Great snag out there at second base by Bryce Wimberly. He snags it, and then the heads-up play to go tag first, or tag second, and get Kitchens too far off the bag. Another base-running error by West Volusia looks to put a major hamper on the threat after the double play. Leaves them with 2 outs, bases empty, still trailing 8-4 for Joey Santana. That's the second time that a base running error has just crushed a rally for West Volusia in this game. We saw it in the second, as West Volusia maybe could have gotten another run across in that second inning, but the poor base running at second base again. As Santana hits a pop fly that lands in front of the second baseman, and he's going to be on first with the single. So 2-out rally is what West Volusia is trying to put together here. Is Grady Crockett, number 8 now, tapping the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the day. He had the RBI single that scored West Volusia's first run. He squares the bunt, doesn't go. Stealing is West Volusia's number 9, Joey Santana, and what a strike thrown by Lane Slaughter from his catcher spot down to second. Had West Volusia's runner Joey Santana dead to rights, and that's going to end this inning. 2 runs come across for West Volusia as they cut down the lead a little bit. Bartow hanging on to this 8-4 lead. As we head into the top of the 5th. Leading off for Bartow is going to be number 4, Bryce Wimberly. It may come as a surprise to you how affordable it is to have JockJive Sports provide coverage for your sporting event or sports team with quality streaming, offering a national and international platform to show off your school or sport. Reproduce everything from youth sports to NCAA Division I. Literally in every part of the country. Large productions are small, tiny venues are huge. We can, and we have done it all. To put JockJive Sports to work for you, email info@jockjive.com. Big inning for Bartow and West Volusia here as we enter the 5th. Bartow's bats have been silent since that first inning when they played at 7. And now they've seen that run differential dwindle from 7 down to 4. And West Volusia just trying to play good defense to get back into the dugout as their bats are starting to heat up. They don't want this lead to grow anymore. So we'll see what side wins out here as the leadoff batter for Bartow is going to be number 4, Bryce Wimberly. We started this game around 2 o'clock, so we still have about 30 minutes to go in the time limit. So not really a threat yet for West Volusia to be out of it based on time unless we have a really long inning occur. It's that first pitch into Wimberly, he doesn't swing it. He's the first batter of this 5th inning for Bartow. Swung on, hit foul down the right field line. And he gets set for his 3rd pitch. Wimberly has the really nice matching helmet to go with his jersey. Got the orange top with the blue visor over top that matches their orange and blue jerseys pretty nicely. And he lines a single right back up the middle. That's going to roll all the way to center field, and he's going to be on first with the leadoff single, getting Bartow going early in this 5th inning. It's going to bring up A.J. Phillips, who struck out in his first plate appearance in the 2nd. After the leadoff batter for Bartow gets on. This is only the 2nd time that a leadoff batter has gotten on for Bartow. In the first inning, their leadoff batter got on. They scored 7. In the second, third, and fourth, the leadoff batter all got out. And in those 3 innings combined, Bartow has scored no runs. Oof. Rough play out there at second as the third baseman snagged that ball. Tries to throw it to second to start the double play. Hits his teammate number 88, Connor Hallam. A little bit off the bag, but Hallam was in the base path. He caught the ball, and Wimberly and Hallam collide. Wimberly's going to be out based on the tag. Looked like a pretty big collision out there, but everyone looks to be fine. The runner at first is the coach actually goes out and checks on Hallam out there at second. So Phillips is going to be on first after the fielder's choice. And that's going to bring out number 88, Grayson Kilpatrick, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Seen a lot better defense from West Volusia in this game than their first game. Just had trouble getting the ball on target in that first game, and the defense just got away from them and let them down. They've done a lot better job here, limiting the errors and keeping the runners from taking too many extra bases. That last play was a good example of that. They were able to get the ball to second and cut off the lead runner. That's going to be a hit right back up the middle for Grayson Kilpatrick, and it's going to roll to center field. Going to have a close play at third, but that ball gets away from the third baseman, and everyone's going to be safe. Kilpatrick is going to end up at second with the double. Phillips is going to end at third, going from first to third on the double. And number 00, Ryder Music, is going to be up to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. As Bartow tries to add on to this 8-4 lead, Ryder Music 0 for 1 on the day. As we have a quick shoe malfunction at third base. Shout out to the third base coach over there making sure Bryce Wimberly doesn't run out of his shoes. Actually, it's probably A.J. Phillips out there at third base. Ryder Music lays down the bunt right in front of home plate, and he is going to be safe, but we have confusion at third base as Kilpatrick ran to third, but A.J. Williams didn't come home, and on that confusion, as Kilpatrick tries to go back to second, the ball gets away from West Volusia, allowing A.J. Phillips to actually score from third, so it all works out in the end for Bartow. Ryder Music going to be on first with the single. The run scores for Bartow, making it 9-4, and now there's a runner on first and second with still only 1 out, and we're going to go to the top of the lineup for Bartow as Lane Holly is going to be up to bat. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Just another example of things not going the right way for West Volusia. They had confusion on the base pass for Bartow. 2 players were standing at third, A.J. Phillips and Grayson Kilpatrick, but they weren't able to get any of them out, and they let a run come across. That one's right back up the middle and off the pitching machine as Holly hits a line drive, so that's going to count as a single but a dead ball. So the runners can only advance 1 base. Bases are now juiced for Bartow for Marcus Johnson, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double, and he has a chance to really put the clamps on this game as West Volusia's just hanging on now, down 9-4. Bases loaded for Bartow, only 1 out. Now 3 straight hits in a row for Bartow. Johnson's moving all around in the batter's box. Coach trying to get him where he wants him. As that ball comes all the way in, he doesn't swing at it. Bartow's trying to get a big inning here like they had in that first inning to really put the clamps on this game. Lined right back up the middle. Johnson hits it right to the second baseman. They're going to get him out at first. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. Marcus Johnson is going to pick that one up, but he's also going to pick up the RBI. So 10-4 now. Bartow adds a run. Second and third is where the base runners are. 2 outs, top 5 for number 3, Hunter Parker, who's 1 for 2 today. He's got a triple, 2 RBIs. And he grounded out in the third. He has a chance to pick up 2 more RBIs here with 2 runners in scoring position. He hits one right back up the middle. That one gets past the second baseman, and looks like he's going to pick up those 2 more RBIs as a runner scores from third and second. 2 RBI single for Hunter Parker. That extends the lead for Bartow to 12-4. As they've scored now 4 runs in this inning. That leaves Hunter Parker at first. And Lane Schlaughter now up to bat. He's 2 for 2 on the day, but hits a hot shot to third base. But's able to beat out the throw. But it looks like they've got Hunter Parker trying to be too aggressive, trying to go from first to third on the single. He almost made a very athletic play jumping over the tag, but good job by West Volusia there, applying the tag and mercifully ending this inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Bartow had the big inning that they needed to really extend this lead back out after West Volusia was trying to close. So 12-4 now, headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bartow leading West Volusia by a score of 12-4. Don't know what they're going to do because West Volusia can't come back and win in this inning. They can only score 7 runs, and they're down by 8. So we'll see if we actually play this bottom of the inning. The umpires are walking over. I think we are still going to play it, as we are somewhat nearing the time frame. We're about 15 minutes from it. Started this game around 2 o'clock. It's now 3:12. We play an hour and 30 minutes here, or 7 innings, whichever comes first. We have to start the next inning before that hour and 30 time limit, though. So we may get another inning here. We may get the 6th inning into this game if this inning goes quick. Or they may call it after this one. It all depends. The 6th inning is where teams are allowed to score as many runs as possible. No run limit in that inning and only in that inning. Other than that, innings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 are all capped at 7. So the first batter for West Volusia is going to be Grady Crockett, number 8. Crockett 1 for 1 on the day. And he needs to get the rally started for West Volusia. They want to have a chance in this one. He watches the first pitch. That one was too low for him, he said, so he stands in there. He's got 4 more to look at. Ball into the hopper for Crockett. He puts a swing on it right back up the middle, but right to the pitcher for Bartow, Lane Holly, and he throws it over to first. That's the first out of the inning, a quick one for West Volusia. 1 out, bottom 5. West Volusia still down 8, trailing 12-4. Number 8, Cam Eason now at the plate. Cam Eason 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Hit that ball pretty well in the first inning. Actually in the third inning when he came up to bat to lead off that third inning. West Volusia has scored 1 run in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth, and that's how they have their 4. Bartow came out swinging with 7 in the first, 1 in the third, and 4 in the fifth, and that's why they sit at 12. That one's fouled off by Cam Eason. One out here in the bottom of the fifth as West Volusia is trying to put a rally together as they trail Bartow by 8 runs. Up to bat is number 8, Cam Eason, who's 1 for 1 on the day. He hits one to the shortstop of Bartow. Close play at first, but a great throw there by number 3, Hunter Parker. Gets Cam Eason. Seen some great defense out there by Hunter Parker at shortstop, making great throws from the shortstop position to first, and also made some great catches over there on some pop flies and some line drives. Really saving some runs from this West Volusia team. Kyle Kwasinski now out to bat, 0 for 1 on the day. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the fifth. As West Volusia is coming do or die for them now. They want to try to make a comeback in this game, trailing by 8, 2 outs, bottom 5. They're going to need Kyle Kwasinski to come through big here and start this 2-out rally. Seen 2 pitches so far. Here comes the third into the hopper right over the plate. Next pitch into the hopper, into Kwasinski. That one's pop fly right to the shortstop again. Another great play there made by Hunter Parker. 1, 2, 3. Goes West Volusia. So we'll head to the top of the 6th. I think, or are the umps going to call this one? Bartow leading 12-4. We'll see what the decision is. Looks like Bartow wants to come out and hit, as we're about 13 minutes from the time limit. So they've got a little bit of time to still play out this 6th inning. The 6th inning is the inning without the run rule, so that is what West Volusia would need. But it would be big for them to, if we do play it, hold Bartow to no runs. So their offense hasn't been a juggernaut as of yet, but they've been just a few base running errors or one big hit away from really putting a big inning on the board. So far, it just hasn't come down to that yet, and it looks like we are going to come out for this 6th inning. Bartow leading 12-4. Coming up in July on JockJive.com, Florida and Alabama Dixie Youth Baseball. The Dixie Youth World Series events and Dixie Baseball State Tournaments and World Series and so much more. Plus this fall, SWAC football, soccer, volleyball, Tuskegee football, Georgia military, college football. Great American rivalries, high school football, the ACC, Game of the Week, and more. A litany of reasons you need to come back to JockJive.com often. Leading off for Bartow is going to be number 2, Clayton Fredericks. Fredericks is 1 for 2 on the day. And he hits a soft one right back up the middle to the pitcher of West Volusia, and that's a quick out. That's what West Volusia needs, 3 quick outs to get back into the dugout, only trailing by this 8 runs. So that's the first out of the top of the 6th. Up next is going to be number 23, Elijah Jenkins, who's 0 for 2 on the day. 2 ground outs on the record for him. As the coach positions him in the batting box, and here comes the first pitch from the machine right down the heart of the plate. First pitch there to Jenkins. Gets 5, so he has plenty of time to take 1. Second pitch squares the bunt, but that one's fouled. So he spoils the second pitch, and now he's down to 3. Next pitch comes in, and this one's another one right back to the pitcher. He does a good job to save that ball from hitting the pitching machine out there, because that would have been a single. So he ran over, grabbed that ball, threw it to first. That's number 15, Nazi Ramirez-Hansen, and throws it over the first. So now 2 quick ground outs for Bartow, and West Volusia is 1 out away from getting back into the dugout with a chance to try to tie this game up. And yes, I'm still telling you there's a chance, because there's no run rule in this 6th inning, so West Volusia will have to bring the magic. Score as many runs as possible. Another ground out opportunity for West Volusia as Braden Williams hits that one to the third baseman. 3 up, 3 down. And we're headed to the bottom of the 6th. The decisive last inning for this one, as we're getting close to our time limit here. And this will probably be West Volusia's last chance. No run rule here, so we're going to go as long as they don't have 3 outs. Bartow leading West Volusia by a score of 12-4. We'll see if West Volusia can create any magic here and add some runs to their total, trailing 12-4. Don't forget to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes or 1,000 Twitter followers this summer, and we need your help to get there. And when you like us on Facebook, we'll keep you updated on scores, schedules, game status, and so much more. So go to JockJive.com and follow the shortcut to all the social media, or simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine of Facebook, or at JockJive on Twitter. I'd like to remind you that we do have one more game coming up after this one on this field that I'll be bringing to you. It looks to start around 4 o'clock. That's going to be Sebring versus Spring Hill America. That's going to be our last game of the day to end day 1 of Pool 2 play. Sebring is won earlier today against this West Volusia team. Spring Hill America fell earlier today to this Bartow team. So we will have that game later on. We hope you stick around and listen to us here on JockJive.com. We do thank you for joining us for this game. As leading off for West Volusia is going to be number 4, Evan Grove. As Grove hits that one to the third baseman for Bartow, he fires it over to first. That's Marcus Johnson from third to first, but unable to corral it at first is the Bartow first baseman, Clayton Fredericks. And Evan Grove is going to be standing on first after that error. That's the kind of break that West Volusia needs if they want to get back into this game. They need a runner. Runners on base in any way that they can get them, trailing 12-4. Number 44, J.D. Hopkins Cologne, now at the plate, and he gets that one stuck in the fence. I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but way up high. That one just got wedged into the fence, and it's not coming down. So we got a new baseball, and we're ready to play again. This isn't like basketball. No one has to go up there and wedge it out. Another big swing there by Hopkins Cologne, but that one's caught on the third base side by number 42, Marcus Johnson, for the first out of the inning. A big out for Bartow, as we're nearing on the time limit and nearing out the end of this game, with West Volusia needing a big inning to come back in this one, trailing 12-4. Number 99, Nathan Capria, fielder's choice in his first at-bat, is up for his second time today in this game. The runner at first is number 4, Evan Grove, who reached on the air. And he swings over that pitch. Here comes the next pitch, and he doesn't swing at that one. Capria. Capria swings over another pitch, and he's going to go down swinging. West Volusia is now down to their last out, and they're going to call Nazi Ramirez Hansen to the plate, who's 0 for 2 on the day. The runner at first for West Volusia is Evan Grove. Nazi Ramirez Hansen 0 for 2 on the day. He needs to get on base to keep this rally alive for West Volusia, as they're trailing Bartow by a score of 12-4. Pop fly, and that one's going to land softly. Both of these teams also will be in action tomorrow if you're looking to catch up on some more Dixie Youth machine pitch baseball here at Sebring. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., West Volusia and Spring Hill AM are going to be in action. And then at 12, Sebring will play Bartow. That's another foul there by Nazi Ramirez Henson, as West Volusia is down to their last out. That one comes through, but that one was too low. And here comes the fourth pitch now into Nazi Ramirez Henson. He gets 5. West Volusia down to their last 2 pitches. This one swung on down the third base line. Throw from third to second. Marcus Johnson to the second baseman. And that's going to be the third out of this inning. That's going to be a ground out for Hansen, and that's going to end this game, as the teams line up at their respective first and third base to come across the diamond to shake hands. As we're going to announce the player of the games as the teams walk across and shake hands. Bartow wins this game by a score of 12-4. We got one more game coming up today. That's going to be Sebring versus Spring Hill, America. Looks like we're going to give out the MVP and the Sportsmanship Award real quick, and be sure to bring those to you. The Sportsmanship Award awarded to West Volusia player number 88, Connor Hallam. As we're having some technical difficulties on our press box getting out to let them, so we can tell the players who won the Sportsmanship and MVP award. But we're going to end the coverage right here as Bartow wins this one over West Volusia by a score of 12-4.
The Sportsmanship Award for West Volusia goes to number 88.
We're going to have one more game today coming up in about 30 minutes. And that's going to be a game between Sebring and Spring Hill, America. Just let you know that the MVP award.
And the MVP award goes to number 11, Lane Slaughter with Bartow.
It's going to go out to number 11, Lane Slaughter, who was 2 for 2 on the day with a double and a single. Every time he came to bat, he brought in some runs for Bartow. So that's it for JockJive.com, and I'm Anthony Crum. We'll see you in about 30 minutes for our last game of the day. Hope to see you there.